welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice Osarugue. Now I'm bringing you premium content. This is 100% premium content, trust me. Okay, so the 7c's of life. 7c's of life. When you talk about 7c's of life, what does she want to talk about? So I'll start off with this. Number one, confidence. How confident are you? Now this goes beyond, being bold, being fierce, being fearless, and all of that. No, the confidence I'm talking about is being able to, take, make, and use critical words from people, whether negative or positive. And most times when people talk to you, more often than not, they try to, make you feel less of yourself or make you feel like I can do better. But no, saying that being confident is making use of these things. Take it as a challenge, right? When you walk into a room, walking tall, confident, and being sure of yourself. That is what confidence is. Confidence is broad. And in this, I would say that, be able to never allow negative thoughts or words weigh you down and bring you down or make you feel less of yourself. Never put yourself in that position. Whenever you see that somebody made a statement to you and you start feeling bad about yourself or about what you've done, then at some point you've already somehow thought low of yourself before those words can get to you. Think about it. Because if someone is saying something about you, I'm like, oh, and you're like, okay, and so what? It doesn't mean you should be rude, but then you're like, okay, I've made a mistake, but life goes on, right? Be confident in the right way. I'm not saying just be misbehaving and then saying, okay, yes, I'm confident, and so no, I don't care about what anybody thinks. No, I'm just saying that be confident in whatever it is you're doing. Be sure of yourself, know what you're capable of doing. Wherever you go, wherever there's an opportunity and you find people who are, in a higher state than you are, take it as an opportunity and as a challenge, to be better, right? Even though you are very well confident of who you are, what you're capable of, and what you do, it's very important. Being confident is very, very important. Another C is communication. Yes, now communication is a two-way thing. Being able to speak, write, or transmit message from your end to another receiver in a language that is understandable by both parties, right? Communication is very important at your place of work, within your friend circle, within your family. Communication. Some persons will say they are being misunderstood. Why are you being misunderstood? Because you don't communicate. You take an action and you don't really explain to people, not in all situations, but if you're doing something and it's going to affect another person, always learn to communicate that this is what is going on, so this is why I'm not acting in this way. Don't leave it to assumptions for the person to say, okay, maybe the person doesn't care, or maybe it's not serious, or that kind of energy. No, don't bring it. Communicate whatever it is you're doing, not just doing, but be somebody who is relatable and understands. Be open-minded generally. Whenever somebody is trying to communicate with you, don't be too rigid and stick to your own belief system, or just grab and take a hold of, I'm not letting what I think go, right? No, always be open-minded to accept or hear first what the person is talking about. Communicate is a two-way street, right? It's a two-way street. You want to speak, you want to relate to somebody, and you very well want the person to understand what you're saying and give you feedback. That is exactly what communication is. That is what communication is. So always learn to communicate how you feel, how someone has made you feel, how something you did made you feel. Communicate. Don't be too locked up in I'm a private person. You can be private and still communicate. I'm not saying be someone who is always speaking or talking. No, you can be private. You can be private with things that are going on in your life, but then also still try to communicate at at an understandable level, so you're not misunderstood or you're not considered being rude or being snobby and all of that. Nah. Another C is contentment. You want to bam bam, you want to chill with the big boys. Okay, yeah, so well, come on, you and I know that your salary is not up to being bam bamming, so why not cut your coat according to the material you have, right? I'm not saying that you should get comfortable with how small you are right now. I'm just saying be okay with it, and know very well that, especially when you're hardworking, don't put yourself under any pressure to do things that are not within your reach at a particular time. Don't put yourself under any form of pressure. Contentment comes from within. It comes from, I have little, I'll make use of it, but I'm working towards getting better or getting much more. That's what contentment is. It doesn't mean that I'm okay being poor. It doesn't mean that I'm okay with being small. It means that yes, I'm small now, but eventually, definitely, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be bigger, I'm going to be much more. That's what contentment is. I'm going to have much more. I'm not going to, compromise my beliefs. I'm not going to, do the wrong things just so I can get things that are materialistic. Or I'm not going to overwork myself or overthink too much or involve myself in illegal things that are that I just want to use to get immediate gratification. Don't just be that person who wants to involve him or herself in every and anything just because you want to get something, right? No, be content with whatever it is you have at a particular time, but have it at the back of your mind that at some point I'll be able to get this even better than what I expect to get, right? So that's what I would say contentment is. Be content. Another C is control. And I'm not talking about the control, remote control you have in your sitting room. No, that's not the control I'm talking about. Control over your life, control over the things you hear, control over the things you say, control over the information you take in. Because a lot of information is bad news all the time. Monday you take in bad news, Tuesday you take in bad news, Wednesday you're taking in bad news. Trust me, at some point you start feeling bad and you'll be thinking negatively, like, oh, okay, maybe something bad is going to happen today, maybe something bad. Nah, have control over the kind of information you receive, have control over the kind of the information you even give out, have control over your finances, have control over your life, have control over your friends. When I say have control over your friends, I'm not saying that you should start controlling your friends and telling them, okay, do this, I want you to do this. Nah, I'm just saying, if you go to a new place, you have control over the kind of friends you make, the choices of friends you make. You have that control. You don't have, everybody doesn't have to be your friends. You can select your friends that align with you, friends that align with your goals, friends that have a bigger and broader mindset, or like you, right? Have control over aspects of your life. Don't just leave it to whatever will be. No, there are certain things you can have control, especially the information you take and you receive. It's very important, so you don't end up being a sadist or thinking negatively all the time. Have control, especially over information you receive. Also have control on how your spendings. Also have control on the kind of friendships you keep. Have control over the things you accept. Another thing is commitment. Whatever it is you're doing in life, you need commitment. Now, commitment is also a very important C of life, because if you're not committed to something, how do you expect to achieve results, right? It's also like similar with being consistent. Commitment in the things you do, commitment in your relationship with people, and even your family. Commitment is also a very important aspect of life. So if you're focusing on taking a course, how committed are you to taking that course? If you're committed to a friendship or a relationship, how committed are you to it? Are you in between A and B? Don't be that person. If you're committing to A, commit to A. If you're committing to B, commit to B. But when it comes to relating with people, especially relationship, commit to one person, right? On a lighter note, just commit to one person. I'm just saying on a lighter note, right? But when it comes to other things, you can commit to more than one thing, as long as you're you're able to focus, and at the end of the day you are achieving very good results. Commitment is an important aspect of life. And another C is consequences. Now, yes, in life, in everything you do, a decision must be made, or a decision must be taken, right? And in taking decisions, two things can happen. You either get a reward or a good result, or you get consequences from it. So not like we're focusing on consequences, but I'm just saying that whatever it is you want to do, always think about the aftermath. So always think about whatever it is you want to do. If you're thinking of making a decision, especially long term, whether short term or long term, always think about the end result. It's a very important aspect of life as it regards to decision making, and even things that affect your life and your success, right? So, and I know a lot of things happen these days that you come online, you're seeing things, especially when it comes to social media. Don't be somebody who puts out everything. Always think about the consequences of an action you want to take. Even the reward. Also think about the reward of an action you want to take or you intend to take in life. My last C is comparison. My dear, you're unique, you're different, you're you. There is none like you. No, you're not God, you're not the creator, neither are you the maker, but there is none like you. Yes. So never compare yourself to another person to say, okay, this thing, why is this happening for this person, or I can actually be better for this person. When it comes from a place of being challenged and wanting to be better, actually being better, it's good. But when it comes from a place of jealousy and envy, then it is definitely a negative aspect of it. So I would say, don't compare yourself with somebody else. Don't compare your life with another person because of what you see the person displaying online and even in person, because most times a lot of things are going on in their life that they will not bring to you or tell you about. So never compare yourself with another person. Accept your uniqueness, accept your you, accept your being you, accept you generally in everything that concerns you. Don't be that person who is comparing that, okay, my legs are thin, why is her own leg bigger than mine? I mean, come on. God created you uniquely and wonderfully for his own glory, in his own image. So if you look like how you look, you are exactly the image of your creator, because he says that you were created in his own image. So why think of being sister or brother A when you can be you, right? So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification post so you get notified whenever we post new videos on here. I hope you enjoyed this video, right? You can leave a comment below on how well you enjoyed this video, or even there's another C that you know of and can really be of immense help to each and every one of us watching in this space. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, yes, and leave a comment. I would love to see you again in another video. Until then, next time, bye.